Hi guys, a very good afternoon. My name is Ronald Rekwa Makusha. I'm back so that we can talk about what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, Africa, and also beyond the borders. So there is a very important message I would want to share with you from President Paul Kagame. So he explained the problems of Zimbabwe and the problem of the leader of Zimbabwe. Let us hear from Comrade Paul Kagame, then we get to the conclusion.
I'm from Zimbabwe. My question is around perception.
Sure.
We are trying to rebuild our country. We're trying to rebuild perception when it comes to our economy, when it comes to tourism. We want people to have trust in us again. And it starts with our African counterparts before we even extend it to the world and the Paris Club and all of that. What would you say as advice in terms of rebranding? What would you say for Zimbabwe?
You know, you need to work hard to change the perception. You can't bribe your way through it. You can't just sweet talk, some people and things, and even if they say, okay, we agree with you, and you think things will be fine. No. The way the people of your own country feel about what is happening will always come out. And before you even convince anybody from outside, so that they don't have a wrong perception about you, convince your own people. Make sure they are with you in saying, no, look, whatever you are saying, we feel there is a change. So concentrate there. Concentrate on making sure that your people are involved, they are benefiting, they can themselves push back on this story of the wrong perception. But that means also that it is going to be built on tangible things. Yes. If the country is hungry, if people have nothing to eat, they will tell people that they have nothing to eat. and so when the outsiders are saying it, don't go against them and say, no, why are you saying that my country is starving? When actually people are starving, they are starving.
So, guys, you have heard President Paul Kagame speaking about what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. Number one, the issue is about propaganda. ZANU-PF always uses propaganda. And President Kagame says, you don't need to rule through propaganda or to do anything using propaganda. And I agree with him, because if you look at Nick Mangwana, instead of him giving the actual government position, he runs propaganda each and every day. Propaganda should be left to people like Kanakudemutis and so forth. And the government should focus on very important things. And I agree with the President Paul Kagame on that aspect. Number two, the government of Zimbabwe has failed to convince the people of Zimbabwe, especially the young people, that they are doing anything. And I agree with President Kagame on that aspect. You have to convince the people of Zimbabwe that you are actually doing something. Number three, you have to include your people. If you look in Zimbabwe, only the political elites or the politically connected are involved in anything which is happening. What about us? What about the rest? You are disconnected from the benefits of the economy. So President Kagame observed that vividly, that it is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, and it must be corrected for us to speak about a better Zimbabwe, or for President Emmerson Mnangagwa to begin to see results from a functional Zimbabwe. So the people of Zimbabwe are not involved in anything. Look at for teachers for ED, nurses for ED, Mawindi for ED, everything for ED, women's for ED, everything is for ED. Where is the involvement and the inclusivity of the people? Why do I say so? It's because people do have diverse views, political views. There are people who don't believe in ED. where are those people going to be fitted in? There are people who don't support ED. It means they are excluded from the economy itself. And I agree with President Paul Kagame on that. So if you look at the benefits are not decentralized. The purpose of the government is to make sure that they decentralize the distribution of resources from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration, from the rich to the poor. That is the function of a government. And President Mnangagwa's government has failed to actually deal with that aspect. And I agree with President Kagame. So you can actually see that, lastly, there is no tangible things. There are no tangible things being given by President Mnangagwa. For an example, we always call for one thing to say, is it possible that President Mnangagwa spearhead the end of food poverty? The end of food poverty is the beginning of everything, because if people are hungry, there is nothing tangible. You cannot say you are doing anything when your people are hungry. Number two, there are no tangible salaries for the people who are working for the government, which means that the government itself is not being productive. There is nothing expected from the government, because a workforce which is not paid, it does not do anything extraordinary. It means they are only earning slave wages. They can't do beyond their capacity or the motivation they have. So you can actually see that these are very important key issues raised by President Kagame. But the problem of ZANU-PF is, kana vakaudzwa, they say we are a sovereign country, musatiudza, musaita sei. After all, they will go and begin to lobby, vachiti tibatsirewo sanctions abviswe, tibatsirewo chakati chiitike, help us. But they've forgotten that they said we are a sovereign country, we do what we want at the time we also want. So this is the Team Zimbabwe I have for you today. For those who came late, please revisit the beginning of this video. I have placed the Paul Kagame's video and I have attached it here on this video. So please revisit the beginning so that you will be able to hear and understand what he really said about President Emmerson Mnangagwa. Thank you very much for coming. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to share.